Before watching any more of this video, please look in the lower right hand corner for this particular icon. This is the full screen button, and it will make the screen larger so that you can see in more detail what we're going to be talking about. To help you complete the Module 8 assignment, I've shared a Google Doc with you. It looks like this. So you'll need to read over this document before you begin the activity. Anything you see that is highlighted in green in this document is what I will be looking for when I go to assess your work. For example, under number 1, if you understand what you're being asked to do and you've watched the YouTube video that I've asked you to watch, then you know that you can go in and you can type your answer here. So if you've watched it, you can just say, yes, I've watched it. For this assignment, you'll need to create a rubric for a lesson. So the first thing you'll want to do is have in mind some lesson that you might like the students to complete. For example, I know that I want my students to study the topic of how rocks change over time. So how rocks change over time is going to be the topic for my lesson. Number 3 asks, what is the standard that's going to support this lesson? To get a standard, I'll need to go to the Georgia Performance Standard website, and when you get there, you can look for Georgia Performance Standards. I'm going to pick science for my area, and if I choose science, I need to pick a grade level. I'm going to go with K through 5, and I know specifically that I want 3rd grade, and if I click on 3rd grade, I can get all the GPS standards for that particular content area, and I know specifically that I want in my 3rd grade lesson for the students to determine how wind or water can change rocks over time. So this is my standard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that standard. Back in the document, I know that I need to paste that standard here. So I'm going to take that text and I'm going to paste the standard here. I've pasted the standard in. Now I'm ready to go to number 4, which is I've got to decide how the students are going to prove to me that they have mastered the standard. And in particular, I want them to demonstrate that they have mastered understanding how water and wind change rock over time. I have to decide on what they're going to do that's going to prove that to me. And I have some choices. They could model a process, they can make something like a product, they can execute a performance, or they could describe something from a particular perspective. I want them to make a product for me. In particular, I want them to make a poster. So I'll say a product and make a poster. At this point in the assignment, I have to create a rubric, and the rubric is the way that I'm going to tell my students what I expect them to do that's going to demonstrate when they make that poster that I can tell at a glance they understand how water and wind change rock over time. And to make my rubric, I'm going to go to a website called Rubastar. And in this website, this is where we're going to create the rubric that's going to support or help us evaluate or assess the student performance. So you will need to watch the next video on how to create a rubric at Rubastar.